hit ow every time.
Speaking of ow,
That would be a great sound alert. Ow, 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 ow. Somebody just record one of my episodes and just say ow, ow, ow the whole time. Just record 10 hours of me saying ow, 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 ow.
embarrassing.
Tom said, yeah, clip it. Dave will run it all day long.
My name is Christian Basel. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend.
Hello, fellow Whovians! You know things are going to go crazy when you get the Doctor countdown, not the terrible StreamYard music that I hate so much. That's right. I am here. I'm hosting this show because Christian needs a night off. So Christian's going to take a night off. He's still going to be here, though. So let's bring up the rest of the crew. Ding. And I'll unmute them because I muted them. So I think I have to unmute them.
Yes.
Except for Tom, because Tom muted himself, so I can't unmute him. That's okay.
That's how it works.
So yes, as I was saying, oh wait, hey,
Is it now?
wrong place. We're gonna leave this. Ding. Look, now I'm in the host spot.
There you go.
So yes, today's show is Who the Beep is Meep. Wait, that's not quite right. I don't care
Switch
that it's
it.
not right.
Reverse
But I'm
it.
Wait, they tell Kevo to make one. That one. Who is
yeah, that's yeah. So yes, we are going to be talking about Beep the Meep, the adorable critter from the 1970s and 80s comic strips that is about to make his television debut with the 60th.
You baby little fuzzy wuzzy.
Part of my screen that lets me
Like, where am I?
pictures and stuff so that I can't mess with Christian producing.
There's Christian.
Hi.
Yes, Chris.
Can't figure it out.
The beat.
There you go.
Oh, God.
But yes,
got a table,
so
by the way.
Beep the Meep, for those who don't know, is going to be at least some form of an antagonist in at least one of the 3 60th anniversary specials. And that's what we know about him as far as television. So today, we're going to go through and figure out what do we know about him up until television.
He is the Most High.
Most High!
Most
And then after we talk a little bit about Meep in the Meeps and Beep specifically in kind of in general, we are going to take a quick look and review What are we doing? Ratings
Shut up,
war.
Andrew.
Ratings war was of course, Big Finish audio that picks up with Meep. They also did do an adaptation of several of the comic strips, including Star Beast, which is the original
Just picking my nose.
appearances of. Oh goodness. This is gonna be a great show tonight.
It is a great show already. I love it.
Keep talking.
Oh,
What's the
yeah.
problem?
There's no problem. No problem at all. So, yes, as I said, we're going to talk about the ratings war. We're going to talk about Star Beast. We're going to talk about what the TARDIS Data Core wiki has to say, and kind of all of the above, and then take some guesses at what we're going to see. I certainly have theories. I don't know if you at home have theories. If you have theories, opinions, etc., you can see down in the corner. We can bring those chats up, so please, comment. If nothing else, it feeds the algorithm, and we like the algorithm. Feed it like a
Thank you, Andrew.
the algorithm.
Thank you, Andrew.
Bad
What was
Brady Bunch. Hey.
I'm Alice.
I
I am Alice.
can I just tap my camera?
Oh goodness.
What?
Oh Lord!
Where are we?
Best
Okay,
episode ever. There we Best
Yeah,
episode ever.
All right, let's.
I'm glad I'm not hosting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here, let's just start the show. No, we won't. All right,
Why?
because why not? Here, gives you a chance. There. I cut that off in the middle of everything.
FM, no static
Have a
at
real-
all.
What are we doing?
No, we're gonna. Oh, well,
You're
when you-
hosting. Let's
I'm
go.
hosting.
You're
Yes,
hosting,
let's go.
talking about
Mana, mana.
the Meep, who premiered in who appeared in Doctor Who comics, made his way all the way up to Big Finish Audio, as you mentioned beforehand. He ends up and we'll be reviewing tonight the Ratings War, which starred Colin Baker. It's only like less than an hour. If you want to check it out for yourself, you can download it. And this is one of the classic adventures where we actually get to hear Beep the Meep for the first time in the Ratings War. And like I said, it's less than an hour if you want to check it out for yourself after the episode.
It's 35 minutes. It really it's a very quick
really
Big
is, huh?
Finish. If you get it online, if you go through bigfinish.com and get it there, you'll also kind of get it's an Eighth Doctor adventure as well.
Yes.
Just like a taste of it, so
You
that
get
way
to preview it. Yeah, you don't get the whole.
you get to
adventure.
preview. It's another half hour, so you're paying for an hour of content.
Mhm.
One thing I will say about a little bit kind of review-y-ish, when it comes to, and I forgot when we started listening to this one, is how rapid fire Colin Baker is with his delivery.
Yes.
It's almost very current in the style of writing is today, where people are delivering dialogue at a crazy fast pace. And my mother's calling me right now because she forgot that it's Tuesday. 1 second, because why not?
Hello, mother.
Conversation.
Hi,
This is-
Mom.
Hello, father.
This is for our bonus clip.
Hey, what you doing?
Oh my god!
Yeah, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing a podcast and a stream
Hi.
on YouTube, because guess what day it is?
Oh, today's Tuesday. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I do love that your microphone picked that up.
Yeah, I
You
put it
can
on
say-
speaker.
Oh,
I
good.
put it on
You can
speaker
clip that and
specifically,
send that
so
to her.
That's my mom.
We didn't even get to say hi to mom. It was just
I
like,
should have.
oh, bye.
Everybody's just so everyone knows her nickname is Stumpy. So that's my mother, Stumpy. She always goes by Stumpy. So anywho, back to the quickness of the Colin Baker's delivery. It is very, very much in concert to what we're used to now on. You'll have, or even Oh, there was somebody else that was it David Kelly, I think he would write, where a script would be 60 pages and it would be a half-hour show. And usually a script, each page is a minute, but he would want that delivery to be fast, 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 fast. So I almost wonder if this was a script that a different doctor, like someone like Tom Baker, where his cadence would ramp up, ramp down, ramp up, that kind of thing, that this show would have been a little longer, because Meep kind of matches Colin Baker's rapid fire delivery. So this was one where I actually kind of had to listen to it twice, because they're going so fast that I know I didn't catch things the first time around. And because of the speed, it was one where it's nice outside right now, so I have the windows down in the car and I'm listening to Big Finish, and I have to roll the windows up because I can't really pay attention to what's going on. So first thing out of the gate, when it comes to this particular audio, it's fast. It's a very quickly digested Big Finish audio, but you might want to go for a second round because there's definitely things you'll miss.
But you have time to do that.
Actually,
So let's just start with
Dave, Can I ask? Can I intercede? Because I was just pulling up the website for Big Finish. If you really, really want, it is free.
There you go.
Free to unlock. You just have to sign up for Big Finish, and it looks like it's you can download it for free. So you get 2 for the price of 1 for free. Colin Baker's The Ratings War, which again is only like less than an hour, and Paul McGann's Invader from Mars. So you get a 2-fer. Mm-hmm. And the great news about this is that it's not long. It's a very nice, refreshing thing about this is that it's very quick. And we'll review the Ratings War later in the episode, but you don't have to know what happened in episode 1 or episode 5 or listen to 8 long monolithic stories. If you just want a quick adventure, you're sitting in your car, you're driving over to work or something like that, it's free to download, and it's only like 45 minutes. You said, Melanie, you said 35?
35, I think.
Yeah,
35.
Yeah, like 34 and a half, something like that.
Right. And I was starting to listen to Invader of Mars, but I haven't. I'm probably listening to that on the way.
And we've seen now that the character's gonna be somewhere in live action. So why not? It's free. It's 34 minutes. That's a commute somewhere. It's you maybe doing your dishes if you're slow at washing or have a lot of stuff piled up in the sink. It's you doing laundry, pop it in, listen to it. It's gonna give you a little background on Beep the Meep, Meeps in general. And I think really we've never had it in live action. And the character of Meep is very, I don't know if I should just get into this or not.
Melanie, what's your rating? We're just going to do this. What's your rating?
My rating for this, considering what it is, when it was recorded and all that, I will give it a solid 7. Or I'll give it a 7.5. It kind of gets to an 8 only because you have to for me, I had to listen to it twice to get it. So the second time around, it was an 8. First time around, I missed some stuff, so 7. So we'll go 7.5. We'll cut one of them TARDISes in half.
Cut a TARDIS in half. Tom, what do you think? What's your rating on it?
I liked it. I understood it. The whole reality show thing. The ending was spectacular. I mean, it's Colin saying, as a doctor, I don't need to be on TV. I have Big Finish audio to do anything I want. That made me laugh, smile, everything else. So I'm gonna go higher. What was the rating scale? 1 to 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of this and that. So I understood it. It kind of freaked me out a bit. So I'm going to give it a 7.
7. All right. Yeah. Christian, you don't get to go last this time.
Smart.
Or after the into the after
screenshot.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to give it and here's the weird part about it, Melanie. I don't know why. I actually want to go up, but I'm going to go with you 7.5. I think it's we'll go into the details later.
Yeah.
I'll say
I can easily say why I'm bringing it down.
I can say why too on a few things, but I don't think I'm actually being fair to it with rating it that low there. So I'm with you 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's start at the top then, and Melanie, you keep going. You start. You had a good head of steam going.
So you're going to wait to the very end before you say yours?
Oh, of course I am. Okay. If I'm going to host the show, I'm going to get to play Christian.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Hey, I'm supposed to be the jerk of this.
So Again, in the world of current kind of dialogue, how we tend to go a little bit faster. However, I will put this caveat on it. I'm noticing a trend when it comes to people rating things currently, and at least in television, it could start happening in Big Finish, where we're starting to get with all these streaming services. We're starting to get, I wouldn't say jaded, but we're, a little bit, maybe a little tiny bit of the long form storytelling. So we're getting used to not movies, but we're watching television that's long form. So we're getting the Andors, we're getting, all the stuff on Disney Plus, all the stuff on Paramount, all these things. So when we see something that's just episodic, it's kind of like, oh, well, this is a filler episode and this isn't building to anything. And that's what television was. There's many, many television shows that didn't have that overarching storyline from the beginning to the end. And it was like, oh, I hope that, this show is amazing. So this is going to be similar to that. It's going to be a really good episode on its own. I think it could have been a little longer, but it could have been longer if they just slowed down how they were delivering it. So that it has a good beginning, middle, end. It makes sense storytelling wise. However, the reason I brought it down from like an 8 or even a 9, or what's keeping it from going past that 7.5 range, is you're having a villain that we have seen before, or possibly have seen before. Not many people have seen it before in the comics or in writing, and now in Big Finish. And we never really you saw it visually, but in a comic form. And the meeps are all based on a visual, like a visual kind of, I'm trying to think of a word, where it's like kind of like a sleight of hand kind of thing, where you, my brain's not working. Sorry. Of course, vocabulary is gone right now, but deception. It's cute. He's cuddly. At one point, the first time we ever hear Colin Baker talk about it, he's like, "Oh, your beanbag chair moved," because he's soft and cute and fluffy. And in the audio, you even hear him talking like, he's cutesy wootsy and he's so childish, he's so pretty. He's doing a lot of baby talk at first. So for something that clearly is very visual and is stimulating to that human sense of, oh, it's so cute, it has to be protected, I will die for this. Like anything that you've seen on TikTok where you're like, oh my god, this kitten is amazing, I will die for it, I will kill for it. That's what Meep's supposed to be, and we're not seeing it. So it's but we do hear that if we had that visual and then all of a sudden you find out that it's like a criminal mastermind that just wants to just bathe in the blood of the innocent and is just horrifying. I think when we see it in television, we're really gonna finally get to have that dichotomy of, oh my goodness, this cute little baby little thing is wanting to murder everybody, especially when you hear the little that jingle that goes on in the television show about what you should be doing and putting your dog in a blender and sticking this. I mean, it's some serious like what evil kind of imagery. But you're that imagery not being able to see this cutesy wootsy little baby little bunny little thing, it's that not having that, I think, is what brings the story down a little, because you do need that visual. You need that little thing to tug at your heartstrings. You need the puss from Puss in Boots in the Shrek series to be like looking at you and giving you those big eyes, and everyone's just melting, going, "Oh, he's so cute!" And then all of a sudden unleashes hell. So that's what brings the story wise down.
The thing, even the transition song in the middle is just like, it would be like listening to Sesame Street, sunny days, burning the crowds away.
Yes, and it
the air is polluted.
You realize, right? Yeah, this is terrifying.
I liked it.
And I like it. But I think without having that, this is where a character, you really do need it in live action or some other visual means. And I think because we're going to be getting that in the new season series somewhere, that because of RTD, I think that's going to be that little kind of, now we're going to see how evil the meeps are.
Have you ever gotten a chance to read the original comics or reprint of the comics?
No, the only thing I could do is find what good Google images I could find to get an idea for it. And it didn't look cuddly wuddly. Yeah, it looked furry, but at that point, Meep was trying to, kill, murder, maim, all that kind of thing. So he's looking more rodent, evil rat than cutesy wootsy little bunny.
Fair. Did you have a chance to listen to the Big Finish adaptation of it? No. Okay. They did actually adapt that whole comic book story. They've done a couple of the old school comic books, and that is one of them. So I managed to track that down, and I also that was not the assignment, but
I know. I'm like, that wasn't the assignment.
It really wasn't, and I'm just curious. That's okay. And we will check with Christian right after this break. Darn it!
Really?
I still have to wait for after a break. But yes, I think it is that time that we do need to pay the bills and run some commercials. So, Christian, why don't you take us to commercial and let us all become part of the legend?
Please stay tuned. We'll be back.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Perfect segue, my foot.
Oh, brilliant!
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you, the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
Who said anything about perfect, Christian?
I know. Shut up.
I have to love it. I'm sure audience did too, as you pop in.
None of you see
and then mess up.
None of you see the private chats where we're just razzing each other there at this moment.
This man goes, perfect segue, and then clicks the button wrong for commercials.
Yep.
Shush. Dave.
Bravo. But we are back. Thank you for joining us. We are talking Meep the Beep. Nope. We're talking Beep the Meep. We're talking feet the weight? I don't know what we're talking about. We are talking about right now.
There's a whole other
HBO show Veep.
Veep the Meep. Veep.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That works. But right now we're talking about the ratings war, and the next highest rating, because I've started at the top instead of the bottom like Christian, is Christian, with a rating of 7.5 for the ratings war.
Yay!
Why is that Christian?
Like I said
Kristen just turned off his
Wow.
own microphone.
He did that himself.
Yep,
He
I
started
was-
talking and then clicked off his.
This is
That's
why
how I
I'm
roll
hosting the
here.
show today, because
That's how I
Kristen's
roll
having
here.
that kind of day.
Well, as you said, Melanie, when we were reviewing, remember when we reviewed The Green Life, and we were all giving our reviews and our numbers, and we were like, all of us were kind of in a consensus that we were rating it too low, but we felt like it was enough where it was. It wasn't the greatest episode, wasn't the worst episode. It was just an episode that was just really cool. It sat where it was supposed to be, and it was just something between John Barrowman and Katie Manning, just an excellent watching those two play off of each other. So I thought that was such an excellent thing. When it comes to the ratings war, I'm sitting here going like, I really liked it. It was a little bit campy. That's why it kind of drops a little bit. And like you, Melanie, if you tell me if I'm wrong, because it's so short, I had to rewind and like, did I miss something? There were certain scenes, like there were certain revelations that came along and it was like, wait a minute, did I just miss something? And then I had to go back and find out, no, this is where the story was running. It's being rush because it's so short. However, I think maybe it was kind of long enough for what it was trying to do and what it was trying to convey. It is a go type thing. Do you all want the Doctor in special to recognize Beep the Meep, to acknowledge the previous stories, but without requiring to have listened to them?
Yes.
Yes.
He can easily say, "Oh, it's an old foe," or "Oh, you again," and you can just allude to a history already.
Right.
So that's what I'm kind of maybe.
Which is what they did in ratings war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they alluded to him being stuck in that the something. Him being stuck in that prison, and that the little girl was the thing that got him out. So they alluded to that.
You knew there was a history between them, but you didn't even have to know that history to enjoy the ratings war. The ratings war just spoke for itself. It just kept on and on and on. And again, it was like a machine gun going off. It bum, 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 bum. And I was kind of worried that when I first heard it, I was missing stuff. I was like, is there an episode or like a previous track that I was supposed to be aware of? But they were building it up. We kind of knew you could establish who Beep the Meep was, even with not knowing any history about Beep the Meep. And as far as the story was, I thought it was cool. It was short. I don't think you wanted more, Melanie. I think that's what usually a good story does in general, like Big Finish does. But I don't know if you could have added any more. I think then it would have not been as smooth a story running across, as opposed to if they started going into too much detail, like the history of the Doctor between Meep, unless they made it work in there. But it only took a few seconds, and I said, okay, they're enemies. They've had a history. Meep's really bad, and we know what's going on, and we're just trying to see if the Doctor can pull this one off too.
Mm-hmm. He did so with a lot of bluffing, but I could see where during the bluffing part, that was kind of a little, how did he do it? What did he do? When did he do it? Because I got confused at that point, because it wasn't just a single bluff. It was like, aha, I double crossed you. I triple crossed you. It's like, wait, huh? Oh, I mean, it made sense the second time around.
It was a MacGuffin. You had to rely on that certain things had to be in play for the story to make sense. Otherwise, it didn't work. And it already set up some things. But it's that scene from what is it? The Curse of Fatal Death. Well, I went back to see the Arctic Tech, and I bribed him. They kept going back and forth. Yeah, that was the kind of thing that was going on. It's like if you didn't accept that the Doctor went back and then the Master went back, that whole scene is just kind of like. But this scene, you didn't need it, and I don't know if you went in and to embellish it any further, it might have slowed down the pace too much. You could have,
that's fair.
But that was my. I was happy that it was just a very short story. That's all it needed to be, I think. But it was a little too campy. I did like that. I kind of related to Vengeance on Varos, where TV is screwing up with the minds of people. It's a Colin Baker story as well. Summer, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, you got Summer in the room right now. Hey, no, don't pull on the cord. So it reminded me of Vengeance on Varos, where it's kind of the storyline where this faction controls the entertainment, but it also controls the world And you're seeing that right now. In fact, I think with Vengeance on Varos and the ratings war, you're seeing in real time what social media is doing to us right now. So how prophetic was this story as well?
And when it was written, I think it was 2001 or something, just in the early 2000s. So
Yeah,
that's
I think-
where we saw the beginning of reality TV, where we started seeing all the survivors, or I mean, definitely after Real World, but because that was 90s. But yeah, like the survivors and the boom of everything reality, and but just before game shows were starting to come back. Like, but yeah, you're right. It's all that reality TV, and then where they were competing a lot.
They came out at 2002. January 2002 is when this came out.
That's why one of like the subplots of it, why everybody was watching in audience shares, was who's going to be the next, person that we're going to give their own show. So it was people competing for a prize that was again becoming into another show. So It was just at that boom where before it hit. I mean, and
Survivor Series season 1 was 2001, I believe.
Yeah.
But then you also see the back half of things where, are you really watching what's going on, or is somebody else controlling what you're watching and manipulating you to believe what's happening? Because,
I mean, people to this day still watch stuff and don't understand what editing is.
Yeah.
And how you can put a bunch of people in the same room for a week, and I can, with just a little bit of editing, make one person look like an angel and another person look like an absolute demon. And in reality, it was just the way of things, of editing, to even make it have more of a causation of drama.
But also we know now today that reality TV shows are not necessarily all reality.
Yeah.
Even
with the asterisks, because some people still believe everything they see, and Facebook,
but
it was not like it's something completely real, like professional wrestling.
It's real to me, damn it. Sorry.
She's gonna fly up to Canada and kill you. Sorry.
I like wrestling. I like watching wrestling.
Yeah, she's in the city.
Hey, this is Alberta. This is Calgary. This is the Heart, baby. Brett the Hitman Hart just opened a new restaurant.
Really? Oh my God! Now I have a reason to go up there. Yeah, I mean, it still can't.
Because I wasn't a good enough reason to come up here.
No, you'll just come down here to MegaCon. But no, I got my husband a AWA championship belt for Christmas because he's a real big wrestling fan. But yes, there's our segue for wrestling.
There we go. And so with that segue, Tom, what you gave it a 7. What are your thoughts?
Well, let's see. Run through the whole thing. It was fast paced. It was a whole reality show thing. I kind of, maybe that's what gave me a 7, because it was reality shows. I gave up on that years ago. Like, I don't need to hear about that. It brought it up because I said I love the ending, because it was the Sixth Doctor saying he does not have to be on. He can be anywhere, and he is going to be spectacular as he is, showing his true brain fart.
What are you looking
magnificence?
For?
He could show
Thank
his
you, Melanie.
true
magnificence. Yes. I lost something this morning. I just found it during the show, so my brain is just completely.
That's a characteristic of Colin Baker, because he not only has to win the game, he's got to show his brio out there and show his Gus. He's out there. He has to make it a whole drama scene. Not only did I kick your butt, but I'm going to make an opera out of it. That's the way I see Colin sometimes project over there. Hey, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Oh,
and
sorry,
the idea
Lord
that
Joseph.
the show, you're supposed to know who the character is. I know because I bought the comic books. I read it over the years. I understood it. I, as Dave said, they did the audio for the comic book. I completely forgot about that. But I knew the character, so it flowed. People understand these things. That's why at times when I write something, I'm writing because I know what the characters are like. Doctor Who fans know what the characters like, but to bring in new fans, you have to describe them, but there's no way of describing them in the storyline. It's not a narrative. It is fast paced. You have to know who the characters are, what they're doing, the whole pet manipulation. That dropped it down because I can't deal with that. The characters, well, I don't know, maybe that the girl on there's like, I understand. It was like
Lucy, I think. It was.
Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just these
No, you're
people.
No, internet.
People-
Don't
so
do this.
yeah,
But I'm,
Lucy, yeah, Lucy and Lowell fighting it out over there. But
That's
yeah,
something so spectacular. It's like, boom, right in your face.
yes.
just like your Wi-Fi.
Boom, in your
What?
face.
My Wi-Fi froze.
It just froze up for a
You had just
little
frozen
bit.
up, so it was like it was quiet, and then also went boom right in your face. I was like, oh, that was perfect.
That's a perfect spot to come back.
Yeah,
But no,
it is.
I think where we had missed you at is because you had mentioned Lucy and that the characters were just so vapid, where it's like where even around maybe that was also a part of it of reality TV in that beginning was that they were trying to make real people into characters, and now we have this roadmap of how to become a character online, how to carry yourself and be your become a character on TV to make an audience like you. So I think maybe the fact these were two kind of people who just like, yeah, I'm just standing here, just doing whatever. It for the time, that's what we were seeing on reality TV.
But you've also this was prophetic for for a couple decades later when we're in the social media. Everybody who's on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. They people unfortunately they live for likes, they live for hits, they live for views, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever they look. I run a show, okay, so I do look at that too, but
y'all don't get the screenshots
every day,
but
sometimes twice.
That's
ow.
I don't understand this. Why is it going down?
Ow.
It's business.
Ow.
It's
Ow.
business. Ow.
Ow.
But no,
High five, Dave. Other way.
I love
That
you
works.
screwed that up. But but it is true. We live in this reality where people are judging themselves and their moral compass by not moral compass, but their character by how many hits and likes and mentions and subscribe, and then it runs off to this day, and that's when in the end, what happens at the end kind of throws everything. Yeah,
I wouldn't even necessarily disagree with moral compass as a term there,
and you might be correct.
which is extra sad. Hold on, can I get down far enough
Mark,
there?
can't even.
Now we moved.
It's my job. I run our show. I got to look at what works and what doesn't. Play my favorite commercial, please. You know what?
The poop thing.
Are we ready for a commercial? I think we could.
In about a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can probably do it.
I will.
It was a poop commercial.
Do you have more thoughts, Tom?
Always have thoughts, just can't get it out of my mouth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How about
I'm
this?
trying to bring stuff to the table. I'm trying here, people.
Well, Tom, let me put
It's
it this way.
difficult.
You said you've read the comics and you've listened to the audio. Is there any differential between the two on how they portrayed Beep the Meep in the comics and in the audios, or is it streamlined between the two?
To me, it didn't, because since we already had the background, understanding what the character was, so Doctor Who fans can easily follow through, understand. But yeah, you bring someone in, someone who doesn't know anything about Doctor Who, and they go, well, who's this Beep the Meep character? And you had to describe them. Oh, yes, back in the day, he was in the Marvel comics and the comic strip adaptation and this and that. And for what I see it as,
Not again. Where he goes,
He sees it as a black and white.
Did it Meep is Bebo?
It literally cut you off again, just as you said. I see it as
I hate Wi-Fi.
Ethernet.
Oh,
Ethernet is life.
did I actually
In
say?
streaming.
I don't know if I said this. Hello there. It's your boy, Tasty Cake.
Well, that made it.
Okay, but Beep the Meep, Beep the Meep. Am I saying it wrong? Am I saying Beep the Meep? It is
Don't
Beep the
go
Meep.
Dave on me now.
It is Beep the Meep, yes.
Was there a difference between the comic book and
Beep
the audio?
the Meep.
There you go.
From the comics, yes, because we read the comic books and we read the comic books. We understood the characters. We get all the details. But then when you bring out an audio, it's specifically for those that have the knowledge of it. You cannot just come in and say, oh, listen to this. Oh, it's a reality show. Okay, I get it. But who is this character?
Mhm.
Is this like Bebo kind of thing from Legends of Tomorrow? a furry little happy creature. You think, oh, he's so nice, cute, and cuddly and everything else. They got dirty dice for you. And they go, I'm going to get your paw.
Okay, just like that, we're on commercial break, right, Dave?
Yes, and that. Stay tuned, become part of the legend. Go to commercials. Meep.
Hi, my name is Jamie Engel, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered, with stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go, but you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at therightangle.com. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
And we're back. Welcome back to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS as we talk about the ratings war and Meep the Beep. Nope. Beep the Meep. Who the beep is Meep? I'm just going to keep using that. So, yeah, exactly. So I guess it's being the host, I get to do
Dave.
this as, what? Yeah?
Hey, Dave, what's your score? What's your rating for the ratings war?
Put you back out there, boy.
Da, da, da.
Da.
I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
Okay.
Oh.
And why do you feel 7 is that perfect spot for this one?
It was, it is older. Like I said, we've established this was the beginning of the 2000s, the start of the reality TV boom. It did actually, for that part, it felt more like a game show than it did a reality TV show.
That would be an awesome episode.
Mostly with the announcer, because the announcer is all big and action-filled. Whereas with reality TV, we've gotten a very down-to-earth host, right? So it's a little bit different in that. And it's audio, so you have to be a little over the top anyway there. I definitely felt it was too short. Not drastically too short, but too short. And some of that may have just been the rapid fire, like we've already said. I did listen to that before. I know ish who Beep is. I've gone through. I kind of I did my research.
Yay!
But I hadn't listened
What's
to
that?
or read the comic book adaptations at that point yet. I very intentionally did this one first, and so I was left a little bit of a for a few moments there, because it's a character that was already obscure, and you've just kind of dropped everything in with a lot of history, and that is brilliant. Yes, just I love it. I love it, Melanie. That's just perfect. Let's just take a moment to appreciate Melanie just kind of peeking over the edge of the comment. It is
Killboy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is. So it is it's fast. It is good.
You can't have all the fun.
It is dated. The first thing I knew it was going to be dated based on the. Nah, not nearly as good. I do.
That movie's good. For those listening in audio, I put a comment that just says, Andrew Morris says, the context of story for Colin, who had to fight for ratings and had to deal with a hiatus from the BBC and then being sacked. So you've got that kind of little meta thing in there. That's my own added to this. Also, it was a magazine freebie. I think DWM did something on Beep, so it would have made sense to people who had heard it then. No doubt Beep will cleverly be introduced with the specials.
Definitely possible. But yeah, no, I think like more or less what we've already said, right? It is a perfectly good show. I knew it was going to be an older one without even looking at the date because of the music.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the pseudo original versions of the theme. Because they didn't have as many rights at the time.
That's a very good point, because I remember because my journey in Big Finish is still very sporadic. It's very timey-wimey, not linear. And I'm learning that different eras of Big Finish, or depending on what doctor it is and whatnot, that it's not like an episode where it's going to start off with the Doctor Who theme, or they'll kind of like with the Paul McGann ones now, they'll start a lot. It's almost like a TV where it's like there's a cold open and it keeps going though for a while, and then you'll get a Doctor Who theme. In this one, we just got kind of the music for the TV reality show, and then at the very, very end, I realized, oh, that's Doctor Who music, because I wasn't sure. So that's a damn good point, Dave.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I did kind of like, and I didn't know this until I went back and listened to the adaptation of the comic strip, is that theme song of Beep, which is a terrifyingly weird earworm, which you can find on YouTube. There are plenty of videos of just his song. They have that theme running throughout the comic book adaptation version as well, which was really nice. I don't know that was intentional or not. I don't know the timing of this as opposed to that.
While you got that up, can I just read something from actually Wiki TARDIS? So this is actually, and I know we haven't really described Beep the Meep himself. I mean, we know he's a villain. He's a leader. But if you don't mind me, I will just add this biography from Wiki. This is from fandom.com, Wiki TARDIS. And this is describing Meep's first adventure, Doctor Who and the Star Beast. In 1980, Beep led the Meep Armada to conquer the galaxy, but they were defeated by the Wraith Warriors fleeing. Beep was pursued to Earth. His neutron drive star cruiser crashed at the Black Castle steel mills. He was found by Sharon Davies and Fudge Higgins, who assumed the cute creature was harmless and took him back to his Fudge home. Okay, that's weird. Beep used his ship's black orb to take control of the people of Black Castle to make them repair his ship. The Fourth Doctor sabotaged the engines, and Beep was captured by the Wraith Warriors. The comic book, Doctor Who and the Star Beast, which I believe is the Fourth Doctor.
Yes, it is.
Audio. The Fourth Doctor's comics, and then was translated over to Big Finish out there. And that's pretty much about it.
I didn't notice the baby sea devil in there, or was that just in the?
Are you talking about the back left?
Josie one. Oh, okay. But I'm this is as good a transition as any. I don't know that they're going to be cutifying things. This character is intentionally a creepy, but also stupidly cute creature. There you go. What I'm curious about, and it kind of goes back to the comment we had at the beginning that I started about whether they were going to bring him in as part of this continuity that is sort of canon, sort of not with Big Finish, or just reintroduce him. And I'm wondering if they're not going to just take that Star Beast story and heavily modify it into the 14th Doctor.
Maybe.
Because it would be a very interesting one. Because Tom Baker is it is a very much a Tom Baker story.
I did
very
too, buddy.
much.
Now here's the thing. I thought about this. What if Beep is a one-off, and he literally shows up for a good minute and a half, and that's it?
Well,
and
what if it's not
in there is
Beep? What if it's just a Meep?
It could possibly be.
That
This
we
doesn't
don't-
have to be Meep, and some people have even said that may not even be Beep himself. But I truly think that's Beep the Meep.
Like a Meep.
That's a
I mean,
Meep.
his character, he definitely looks like a Meep. Character-wise, part of it is he's kind of the last one.
We're dealing with the toy maker, right?
Also
We
possible.
might
Yeah,
be.
this is
We might
true.
be.
So everything is, it kind of fitting. Toy maker automatically brings in characters from the past. It's like, oh, here's a memory that true Whovians know about. It's like, there it is, expanded universe, yes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be real, because as we all know, when Shooty says, "What the hell is going on here? Is it some kind of dream? Is this all a nightmare?" That's what these 3 specials are about. We're going to find out soon enough, because we're already in freaking February.
Yeah.
This year is going by as fast as the others. So
Yeah.
we'll find out soon, but I'm going to hold on to that. I'm thinking it's something to do with the toy maker, that just bringing out the memories, past memories of the Doctor is, so it's not essentially, it's brought into canon, but only because it's for fans' sake, fan appreciation. So it's not, like I said, it would be, I see
like
it as a
that.
one-off, it's a little thing like that. We got 3 specials going on, all these little things happening, and all of a sudden, here we go. Brand new, soft reboot.
I like it.
Well, going on the side of that, remember at the very beginning, the dialogue that David Tennant, the 14th Doctor, says is, "I don't know who I am anymore," and maybe the toy maker, if it is the toy maker, is manipulating things to try to rewrite the Doctor himself. Or he's trying to show, look what you've done, look what you became, and look what happened, and Donna Noble is going to die if she finds out who you are, type deal. So he might be playing a bigger game with the Doctor to try to manipulate him in the ways that I kind of, for me, the Monk did in Big Finish, and I'm trying. That's another episode for another day. But it's kind of manipulating the Doctor's moral compass, that term that we got to. And am I, I don't know who I am anymore. Am I a good man? Which is, the running thing for the 12th Doctor.
So here's a question.
I don't know.
Since you and we kind of talked about this a bit before, Christian, as a character, just as a straight up as a character, from what you have seen, what you know of Beep the Meep, what would you give him as a rating as a character?
I probably hit him as a 7, because he's always seems to be like that stereotypical like CEO or monster, but he has a twist to him. I mean, when you see like 70s and 80s Doctor Who, there's always that madman. He's doing it for money or profit or something of that nature. But Beep has a twist. He can manipulate people. He is cute in a weird way.
Okay.
Melanie? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Melanie, what about you?
It's, to me, with Beep, I almost kind of get that vibe where I was just kind of thinking of it like when we see the rabbit in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And at first, it's just a cute little rabbit, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just a cute little bunny, blah blah blah. But then, so that way you have to have that complete desensitization of, oh well, it's just so beautiful, and it's just a little cute little bunny. I don't understand what you're talking about. So that way your walls are completely down, and you're absolutely not expecting the next part of, spoiler alert, the bunny just run, and just all this visceral carnage happening from this cutesy little bunny. So it's, I think that's what they hopefully will try to do when they show Beep the first time. But I think I mean, because there's going to be a lot of viewers who have no idea who Beep is, and maybe that should be really what they should see, and then have the, it's a nod to the people who know what Beep is, and you see it and go, oh, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. But then let it kind of be that, don't let it, let it still be kind of a secret for the people who've never seen it and go, oh, well, that's a cute little bunny. Oh my God. Let them have that moment of, and I think you're going to have a winning character. If they don't do that and just come right out and go, oh, look, I'm cutesy wootsy. It's, I think you have an opportunity for some great buildup and then, haha. So I'm hoping that's what they do with whatever RTD does in the special. I hope we get that, allow people who've never seen it to have that chance.
How much do I have to give RTD to bring back the holy hand grenade to take out Beep them? That's it.
It's just Shamboard.
Holy hand shot down 3, no more and no less. Yeah, bring out the.
Do you want to give Beep a number as a character?
And that's okay. As a character, I would say I'm going to go right at 5 because as I said, presentation's everything.
Yeah.
You can go real low if we just go right as or it can be very high, like the first time I ever saw that bunny from Holy Grail, where you're just like, and now you see one of the little toys, when they first came out, merchandising one. I need to have that. That's my point. I that rating, it's on a sliding scale because it depends on how the first person's going to see it, how
totally
they're going to nail
it. Tom, you've got a little bit more of a background with the character than having read the comics and a little bit more, to go with.
I'm just want to play.
What do you think of the character? Do you give what kind of a number would you give him?
Let's see. Christian said 7. She said 5. Melanie said 5. I'll go in the middle. I'll say 6. Okay. Because it's just another character. You always like I said, when DC's Legends Tomorrow used Bebo copying, same concept. Oh, nice little cute cuddly figure. Oh, that rabbit has pointed teeth. It's gonna rip your head off. Okay, I don't remember that Monty Python anymore. Give me the holy head grade. I don't care.
Right.
it's a passable Tim. We're good.
Oh, yes, but you can call me Tim.
Tim.
As Melanie, you said everything, as always, perfectly.
Aww.
Yep. I gotta agree with that. Is with me as well. I'm gonna give him a 6 as well. For all the same reasons, again, because again, Melanie just puts everything so perfectly. It will all depend on the presentation and what they do with this character. If they even use, like I said, it could be a drive-by kind of appearance. Who knows? Mm-hmm. And just to fly back to this comment, are they going to use it to do that acknowledgement, which they kind of did with Paul McGann. With the Night of the Doctor, where they as listing out these companions from Big Finish, right. So if it's that sort of a thing where you're kind of pulling in the comic and Big Finish into proper canon, I love it. What this character stands for, I think is an 11 potentially. Like this could have massive implications as far as how they treat previous characters and other bits of content. Mark had asked, wondering about Disney. Mm-hmm. Well, part of it, and again, which is why I wonder if this whole Disney thing wasn't running way earlier than we all know, because Disney owns Marvel and there's all sorts of co-rights and blah, 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 blah with characters like Beep in the comics. But it also opens up things like, say, Death's Head. Yes. I want to run. That's a character that started with as a Doctor Who Marvel, UK Marvel, even not even just American Marvel character, and stayed Marvel even after Doctor Who left Marvel. Now they've got this co-production of commingling of money and rights, and that's a thing that can come back. as is all of the stuff from the Eighth Doctor that is shared rights with Fox that is now owned by Disney. So I think the Wraith Warriors coming in and Beep the Meep coming in could potentially have just massive ramifications in how we see things working going forward in a good way.
Do you think Disney would distribute Doctor Who toys?
I posted that to someone else on the B&M fan site. I said, well, they released so many things. I said, it's hope for the fans of the United States who can't get things from B&M, who had problems with the Royal Mail. I lost 2 TARDISes, Davros, the 9th, 10th, and 13th Doctor set. It's been 2 months. I don't know where it is. So now I'm stuck on eBay paying increased shipping prices of like $30, $40. And I just want a couple figures here and there. I'm hoping I can find it from another subs place that I won't mention the name with their little balloon thing going on, just to make some customized figures again. But we can't. So since Disney is in control, bring us a little section in the toy store at downtown Disney and in the parks. Put the TARDIS and Epcot here, there, and everywhere. Just say, yes, Doctor Who is here. We love it. We're going to start selling the T-shirts and the figures made more available to us in the United States. Another thing, Dave, Absalom Doc, the bounty hunter, Killer, he was shown as an animated picture. So that was a start there. That Meep, all these things, I see. Oh my God, a perfect action figure to come out. Oh Lord, because Simon Freeman created the character, brought into Doctor Who, followed throughout the Marvel universe, Transformers, everything else. It's got to be. We got to see that robotic bounty here go. Yeah, time to kill. Yes.
Yeah. And we just did have a good point in that Death's did appear in with Transformers before Doctor Who, but that which hopefully I'm fairly certain the rights still remained with Marvel, not with Hasbro. That's a whole nother level of meh. But because I know that Death's did appear many times after that, and then a sequel character and blah 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 blah. That's a whole episode in and of itself. But I would love to see Death's Head show up. I would love to see Death's Head show up in the RPG, because that would just be fun. But that being said, we are kind of running into the end of the audio portion of our show. We got Disney is smart using reinventing stories from other media, whether it's with Star Wars and Marvel. This is very true. So let's just bring Tom up again to show that off. Except that now he is frozen. Yeah. There we go.
What? I'm not frozen.
And he's eating his toys.
Yeah.
Now he's
HeroClix version of Death's Head.
There's something wobbling. There we go.
Yeah.
Is it you?
There was like a microphone was shaking on a table or something like that, or somebody was banging on a table. It's done now.
Yeah,
it was summer.
So before we go to
I'm gonna shake.
Before we leave our audio friends,
yes,
you can listen to us at all of the fun places. You can listen to podcasts, sci-fi-radio.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of the things, Audacity, Podbean, Player FM, all of the favorite podcast places. Sponsored by HWWS Web TV Media. So please subscribe over at our YouTube. We are doing great. We broke the 3,000 mark, just shy of our 2 years on.
YouTube? Not yet.
Yeah,
we're at 2,700 on YouTube, but we did this.
We haven't quite hit the 3,000.
Yeah, but we're getting very close. I mean, the needle's moving, and all of you can help us out get to 3,000. Hopefully before the end of the month. And right now, subscribe YouTube.com, the legend of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Help get that number out of there. If you're online right now, like, share, comment, subscribe before we end our audio version. I want to ask everybody in the chats, if there was a Meep toy and Disney put it out, put a yes or a no in the comments right now if you would buy it. If Disney made a Beep the Meep toy, if you would buy it right now.
Disney did, or...
Here we go.
Or if Squishables did.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say that's not because at first I'm like, they didn't make a it's a fuzzy Cthulhu.
It's Cthulhu.
A fuzzy Cthulhu type deal.
Oh,
Anyway,
Mac
we're going to go ahead and end the audio portion of the show. Thank you for listening to us. If you want to continue our adventures, Dave's going to be talking about more about gaming, and we're
squishy.
to our continued episode, to our after party. What's wrong, Melanie?
Your audio just cut out.
You did? Oh, okay. It did. Okay. Well,
Yeah, just came out.
we are.
These two don't care, so I'd keep going.
It's the end of the. It's the
end of the show. Keep going.
We can cut it out.
Apparently.
All right. For our friends on the audio, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you, folks. Here we go into our after party. Have yet to see that banana split.
I haven't seen it yet. I desperately want to. And they also, because of course they did with as soon as it went into public domain, there's also a horror remake of Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, it's public domain now.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And it is both wonderful and terrible, and I have not seen it yet either. And I'm like, oh dear goodness, what are we getting ourselves into?
Think of every strange movie you could possibly do thing with Winnie the Pooh, and it's probably in that movie.
No, thank you.
It's a horror.
One of my favorite
Banana Splits
stories
makes sense though for a horror movie because I mean, I think that was just absolutely novel. But now because of that, everybody else is like, oh, we got to do that. It's a cash cow. It's like, no, there was something about the fact that it was the Banana Splits and that it was not the greatest. It was the beginning of trying to do costume characters or mascot-y kind of characters. So they weren't the greatest. Yes, for the time and you're a kid, it's fantastic. But now they just didn't age well. So then making a horror movie is kind of cool. So
with Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, there's been so many bootleg horror stories with Pooh over the years.
Like Pooh.
He's way too nice.
I know that
not have
kind of bad form, but she really needs to go out. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. There's a thing again.
Might have been me.
I blame you.
Blame me.
It's definitely not me. I also keep my microphone on a very thick pad.
Yeah, we all have that.
He's gone. I said it might have been me. My chair's kind of wedged up in here, so it might have been me.
The downside to him
Sometimes
leaving is I
sewing
don't get to make fun of him about not having my address on this package.
I know. Well, wait. We'll give it. We're getting some comments, so we can give him a moment, I guess. Doctor Who is one of the craziest shows on TV at times. Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? The answer is yes, and that movie is absolutely phenomenal.
I've only had a chance to see it on an airplane, so I haven't seen it on a real screen yet.
You need a real screen.
Yeah, but it was great. I actually watched it. Did I watch it twice? Because I did a lot of flying last year. I may have actually watched it twice.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh was just sorry.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
I can't say his name.
I don't remember his name. We are.
He ended up winning something too. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
I didn't even realize that was her.
Actors' names. Yeah, at first I was like, "Is that Jamie Lee?" She just was amazing.
If for no other reason, I was watching it on a screen this big, right?
Yeah.
And she is, she's got a padded suit on. She looks nothing like herself. She does absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Looking.
Frumpy bob and just.
Yep.
James Hahn. Wow.
But yeah, it's James Hahn is I think that her father. It's a really, really good movie. But you can see the way that they work with multiverses, time travel, and all those kind of things, because Marvel is the thing that's really kind of helped get it to the point where, like, how Back to the Future got people to have an understanding of what they felt was time travel. So to the masses understands kind of time travel. The way the MCU has now started to develop, and even like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has gotten the mainstream audience to understand the concept of multiverses. you add that in with the Russo brothers, who apparently helped this film out a lot, and you can see that the way that it's written and connected, it's absolutely phenomenal. But you gotta see it because there's parts that are just absolutely funny, and there's parts that's absolutely tear jerking, and there's that just is heartwarming, and then there's parts where it's just so stupidly irreverent. You're like, this ain't funny, but half the people are like, oh, this is hilarious. This is his peak comedy.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
What's funnier than a rock? Come on.
It's so funny. Just the googly eyes. I love the googly eyes on the rocks. When the two of them were rocks.
Yeah.
I'm like, then they were coming after each other.
But rocks. You honestly, it's a show you could almost not spoil.
Yeah, because people are like, what the hell is she talking about? It's all over the place. It's everything, everywhere, all at once. It's a great title, too. I feel Five Nights at Freddy's helped create the trend. Yes, absolutely, for the banana splits. Yes. For that becoming a horror movie. It depends on price. If it was Disney, it may be overpriced. It might be overpriced if it was B&M under quality. I could see it where Disney wouldn't put the money into creating anything. They would flat out be distribution, because there's money in distribution. Yeah. So if they could just ink a deal with B&M and say, look, we'll become your domestic distributor. We'll put stuff in parks. We'll put stuff in our stores. We'll put stuff in those little Disney pop-up small shops inside Targets. That kind of thing. I could see that being, kind of lucrative. A little extra money. Why the heck not? Let's see.
Is the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once worth $12?
Yes.
On DVD? Okay.
Well, I think
That's
it depends on the
one
person,
I can find
though.
on eBay.
Isn't it on?
It's brand new. It should be on streaming.
I watched it on streaming. Where the heck did I watch it? Netflix?
But I mean, $12 definitely. If anything,
my opinion is
$8 and $4 shipping tax. So $12. Okay,
yeah. That's less than going to it in the theater.
Yeah.
So whether it's worth it kind of depends on what TV you're watching it on.
I have a big screen.
But yes, Andrew does have a very good point. Don't spoil it. I don't think like I said, nothing that we said I think is
maybe I saw it on Amazon Prime.
Spoil.
It might have been Amazon Prime that I saw it.
It might have been. Yeah, there we
go. Because there's a lot of places now that I have it that all say premium subscription. It says Paramount Plus, Hulu, Fubo, Sling, Amazon Prime. I want to say it was Amazon Prime. Is that how I saw it?
Seems reasonable.
Isn't it Prime?
But
all
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm no longer going to wait for Christian.
No longer
make
wait.
fun of him on the address later.
Oh yeah,
only because after the show I have a meeting with the Cardboard Kid, a fabulous reviewer who is 13, and they are absolutely amazing. And one of the reasons I want to open this is I want to take this with me.
Oh,
with you where?
To go see the Cardboard Kid, because their family are Doctor Who fans.
Ooh, Doctor Who.
I would like to point out this comes out next month.
Oh, someone's got to show off that flex of, I got it first. Yep. Okay,
but y'all are getting to see it first.
Ooh,
I got this package last week. I know what this package was, but I'm saving it to do here.
What's the little metal thing on there? The little
probably the same one that was on before.
Yeah, what's that?
Celebrating 10 years. Yeah, so 10-year 1 million board games, Gale Force 9.
Okay.
Let's see if I can make myself bigger.
They spent that money on that sticker and got it embossed. I want to see what it is. I'll give it to them.
They can do it in the. This one is not well embossed for.
Yeah, it's not. You can't really. Well, at least you made it. So that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It was any packaging with not really any padding, so not that it needed it. Woo. So yes, Doctor Who Nemesis coming out next month from Gale Force 9, where you get to be the Doctor's villains.
Oh, you only get to they're only showing the one master.
Yes.
It'd be kind of neat if I saw more incarnations.
And I
know
nothing about this game.
Okay.
Beyond the fact that it was supposed to come out for Christmas, and they decided they would push it back. I'm not sure why. Ooh.
It's a Dark Trooper.
$33.
I don't know if I'm missing a.
We should have a side channel of Just Black series talk. What is that? What happened?
I don't know if I'm missing a piece or if it's just in here
Oh.
somewhere. I'll find out. But there's a whole bunch of tokens.
Gatekeeper.
And we have...
Wait, no. Oh. Ooh. Oh, hold on. War. Okay, War Doctor was in there. I was saying if War Doctor was in there. Okay. Cool.
So we don't have the Fugitive Doctor. Obviously, we only have one Tennant, and we don't have Shooty yet. But that's
Vitus
okay.
says Lumiat and Bald Master needs more love in Doctor Who media.
Oh yes.
Tom, who
Cyberman.
are those two characters Vitus is talking about?
Big Finish. Lumiat is the per se watcher to Missy, hence how we go from Missy into the new master, and Alec McQueen, who was the Big Finish master. He appeared here and there. Basically, he wore a suit and tie, and very maniacal kind of person. I'll get you, Doctor. And when they did the combination, the two masters, oh, that was spectacular. He's the one that made the master decayed. He set fire to him. So that was Big Finish's interpretation of how did he decay? Well, in the comic books, it was Delgado's master was in an explosion. Hence, he started to, the skin was burned off. Big Finish decided, well, it turns out I'm the one that set you on fire in the first place. So you're the decayed master.
Nice way to writing that loop in.
Love Alec McQueen. He is very devious, and hence why I had that same. He and those that don't want to say, well, Big Finish, that's its own thing. While the rest of us, I want everything. The comics, hence why the Doctor Who magazine, we have Tennant's Doctor now. It is part of canon. And on YouTube, someone is actually taking those clips from Doctor Who magazine and making a video out of it. So if you can't get the magazine, look up, I forgot the title of the story of the dogs he's dealing with right now. But I know it's 2 episodes that have been released so far.
Mark, well, there's a couple of comments here quickly. Mark says, Tom, when buying from the UK, always make sure you ask for international tracking number. Royal Mail will do it. But then Andrew also comments, haven't the Royal Mail Customs Service been hacked for international post?
That is the problem. I have a friend named Dave, which was this Dave I'd trust more. But no, the other Dave, he sent me something 2 years ago. And sadly, when I went to America, the first Doctor's TARDIS with the plastic casing cracked. So I have one of those. And then Dave bought me the items. He received them. But it was at the exact same time as when the Royal Mail got hacked.
Oh.
That was a problem. And so it's missing for 2 months. I had an email from the other ones, that's everyone has been getting their items through B&M, through Every. They call it Evil. Well, it turns out they said, oh, you have a package sent somewhere in England. I was like, I live in the United States. What is this package? Who is it from? Oh, the package has been delivered. Could you tell me who sent me this unknown package? And we want to give you a review. Yeah, you get one all the way down because I asked you specifically what is going on here. Royal Mail has the hacking, and Every is a piece of garbage. So that's why I did that video about the mail services from the UK to the US.
Well, I imagine it's also just rife with an opportunity for people to spam or send malware or any other type of thing to an email to just say, hey, you were waiting on something from Royal Mail. I mean, you're throwing it against a window. Someone's probably going to go, yeah, and then click on a link and go, ooh.
Yeah.
Every was very detailed about everything. And we like to take a survey because we got your information. Like, could you tell me who it's from? No. But the Royal Mail thing that's the sad part. So I was able to get majority of my things. I'm still working on the 10th Doctor 3-piece set, which is now, and the shipping is higher than what it shows. But that's what you get when you're trying to collect everything and more.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. So what you got there, Dave?
So I got the rule book here, and it's got some fun flavor text / what we're doing with this game. It's not easy trying to rule space and time, contending with rival Daleks and Cybermen, interfering Time Lords, and predatory Weeping Angels. There are worlds to move, realities to destroy, time wars to win, a Cyberium to find, and Gallifrey itself, for that matter. Paradoxes and endless schemes of the Doctor and the Master to unravel. Have you got what it takes to remake the universe? Can you defeat the meddling Doctor? Will you finally triumph for all time?
Is this like Risk? Do I get to be a villain and I'm like just conquering everything?
At a very, very brief glance, this looks a little bit more like Villainous.
Oh, okay.
What's Villainous?
See, Risk I know.
Villainous
Just go to Australia. I will get everything.
Villainous was started as a Disney board game where you were playing Disney villains. I've got the Marvel version over there somewhere, and it's some fabulous games. And I think there's another version that's come out as well, but where you play the villains. In this, you play one of the Doctor's many nemesis, seeing two twists, space and time to your own ends, blah 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 blah. Your objective as the Doctor's nemesis, you win by completing one of your nefarious schemes. Simply complete the win trigger of a scheme card in play. You don't have any scheme cards in play at the start of the game, but 21 outlines of the win trigger. But page 21 outlines the win triggers in your deck. So basically, each of the characters has their own stuff in their own deck.
I like the fact that they're not just schemes; they're nefarious schemes.
Yes, nefarious schemes. So there is a hero deck.
Yes.
Which does have, of course, the different Doctors and such whatnot. The first Doctor,
put that back up.
The current player may discard 2 power to place 1 plot on one of their Doctor Hero characters. When a player wins, when one of their Doctor Hero characters has 3 or more plot.
Is there a map kind of dealy on this? Or
there's not a map dealy, but there are individual boards, and they're double-sided. So you've got...
okay.
Yes, the Dalek is the one that's missing here. I did find it. It is in here. It did just pop out. It was hiding. But you've also got the Weeping Angels, the Master, and the Cybermen.
It knew there were Doctors somewhere around and wanted to go exterminate them.
Exactly. And I haven't looked at this enough to know anything, but you've got 2 different versions on here. And they do have different powers. So you've got the Weeping Angels on one side, Lonely Assassins on the other. Weeping Angels have a special ability of blink, retrieve 1 paradox nemesis or gain 1 power, and the Lonely Assassin has +1 strength if there is only 1 angel character in this conflict. So you get different abilities depending on what you've got there. And then we've got, I'm going to put this one to the side, your Cybermen. So you've got Ashad that who we've seen a bunch of.
Yeah.
Gain 1 power if you have 1 or more minion characters with 3 upgrade. And you've got the Cyber Planner.
Oh,
yay!
So you've got all sorts of
Mr. Clever. Mr. Clever.
Yeah. So gain 1 power, and your hand limit is 6 cards. I assume it's probably 5 otherwise. But yeah, you've got all sorts of fun imagery on these cards. And then you've got the Daleks. So you've got the Emperor Dalek. During conflicts, you may discard 1 card, draw 1 card when you win a conflict. And then on the other side, you've got Davros, who gains 1 power when you move a planet constant.
Ooh.
Cool.
Now, I'm going to mute myself and have a quick cough.
Oh, very considerate.
What you guys had an interesting comment here about the Master, right?
Yes. I had mentioned that, it's just the 1 Master. I wonder if you could play multiple Masters. So it's just Masterful Master.
Mm-hmm. So you've got the Masterful Master. Whenever you roll one or more dice, draw 1 card and discard 1 card. You will notice there are tokens on there for the different Masters as well. The Scheming Master, draw 1 card when you place or remove a plot.
There we go. Because I'm like, where's Delgado?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other?
And then you, as I said, the characters all have different cards. So like here's your Cyber Patrol. They've got their own deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's my girl.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, there's definitely more than what you see, and it does look like it fits in here quite nicely.
Okay. Very
There's
cool.
definitely room in here to have some expansions. which I hope will eventually come. There are.
That's a good point,
dice.
Peter.
Yes.
Masterful Line. Not the
Not the
Saxon
Saxon
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
The Master Race.
Dum dum dum. Now again, I remember I have not gone through this game. I've just now cracked the plastic, but you've got some Gallifreyan on the 6 side of this dice. You've got OEP Angel die.
Hey, Catherine.
You've got a Cyberman die. And a Dalek die. And this is honestly, one of the better Dalek symbols I've seen on dice, because they've done Daleks on dice a few times.
You've done
and
Daleks
they're
on
rarely
dice.
this good.
Well, I could see because it's just you've got so many thick and thin lines, so your minimum print standards, especially if it's a die, that to or deboss and then fill with a color, I could see where that could be very difficult.
Like there's your
like
this is from the game Dalek dice. And it's got I got the going the right. There we go. Like
we have a question.
It's zapping
from
stuff,
the
so you got a bit of a weird side view.
Andrew wants to know how many players, Dave.
Looks like it is 2 to 4 players. I will double check that on the box here. Somewhere. It might be 2 to 5. Let's just see here. 2 to 4 players. 45 to 90 minutes. Ages 14 plus, which makes sense because it is a bit of a complex looking game. Yeah, so everyone's got their own cards, so you have your own stuff that you're doing. It did show what looked to be tokens on here, like for the master, but I'm not seeing them as actual tokens. Although there is that Chameleon.
Yeah, that's Chameleon. Yes.
Yeah. So
that's
you got
Chameleon.
definitely some interesting stuff. These are power icons. These are plot icons. These are all obviously doctors. He does just have the standees for the various nefarious villains. So this is going to be a ton of fun. I am super looking forward to digging into this, which, like I said, I will hopefully get to do as soon as this show ends. I will be heading over to visit the Cardboard Kid, who I say this as a reviewer who has a stable of reviewers that work under me. The Cardboard Kid is my favorite reviewer. When I grow up, I want to be the Cardboard Kid. Cardboard Kid is 13. They have been reviewing games since age 8.
Awesome.
I've been very honored in a couple of my videos. If you go over to my YouTube channel, they have appeared a few times, which as in a couple of different videos. Cartooner and Mangaka and my Giant King of Tokyo, off the top of my head.
Very, very cool.
Ooh,
Okay,
top
Dave,
three
what's your top 3
Doctor Who games? And it's less that it is a Doctor Who game so much as it's just a generally one of my favorites, Doctor Who Flux. I was telling Christian as they came in, they just came out with a solo Flux, and somebody's working on a playmat. This is still a work in progress that I was advanced. I just kind of it's a cut and put together. They're working on a neoprene mat version.
I swear, when you get down here, we got to play one of those games.
And it can. Oh, definitely. I mean, and I still have to book that flight because I've been trying to find one that doesn't suck. Other than that, best one.
Fortunately,
what to hear?
Yeah.
When I get for MegaCon.
Does Allegiant fly down this way?
I probably not from Canada.
I think they go to the Stanford Orlando Airport.
Yeah, because they're going to fly to a smaller airport, but I think they go to Hamilton,
which is not terribly helpful.
That's not,
Well,
it's the other end of the country.
When it comes to
you're in Alberta, right?
Yeah.
When it comes
I'm
to
looking
OIA,
basically WestJet, Air Canada.
When it becomes the difference between OIA and Sanford Orlando, if he flies in, he's 40 minutes away as opposed to 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
He's seen how close I am to the airport.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got Time of the Daleks. This is just an expansion. Friends expansion. I've not had a chance to review the Friends expansions, which is why these boxes are empty. But they've got a bunch of expansions that are the extra Doctors.
I would love to see those two together at one point in a story. 7 and 9.
7 and 9. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Time of the Daleks is definitely one of my tops. It is large, but it is really well made. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love it. As far as a number 3 would be, do I have it handy or is it away? It is not here. No. I'll say this is number 4. Keys of the TARDIS. This is a very simple, aimed at a younger audience. Keys to the Castle reskin from a Canadian company, actually, Outset Media.
Where's Edmonton from you?
Depending on if I'm in Red Deer, I'm dead center between Edmonton and Calgary, so about 2 hours either direction.
Oh, I was going to say, because Swoop flies from Edmonton to Sanford. FYI.
Swoop,
that
there
I will
it
have
is.
to look for. That is
Swoop,
they're a
there
terrible
it is.
airline, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're going to be after you're going to be folded up and it's going to be like a it should be in a junkyard Greyhound with wings. It's literally going to be like that bus spaceship that the one that was in Spaceballs. What was it? The one that looked like a Winnebago with wings? It's going to be like that.
yes, it was a Winnebago with wings. Yes,
that.
And there's
But
probably
that's
my
what you're
number 1
flying
game.
in Swoop. Maybe.
Catherine, I see your chat. Can you tell me where you found that quote for the 8th Doctor? I'm just curious. We'll put it up in a few minutes there, but there you go.
Don't Blink is also fairly recent. It came out from Gale Force 9. I was also able to open this one on the air. But yeah, this is, again, fairly simple, ton of fun, one easily top 3.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's my not only my top 3, but my top 4.
That'd be a cool Weird Al song. Don't blink.
Don't blink. Yeah, that is
blink.
not counting any of the role playing stuff. Just for the record, those are a very separate category. And I'm curious to see what happens with Doctors and Daleks. Now that Hasbro / Wizards of the Coast has backed off on their plans to deal with the open gaming license, I think Doctors and Daleks will be just fine as far as its releases.
We're getting close to the end of our show, so Dave, I have one question.
Yes.
What is the worst Doctor Who game that you own? Like, what is the I don't know why I bought this one.
I mean, there's the
Yahtzee?
Trivial Pursuit, which is just kind of boring. Yeah, I don't even have Yahtzee.
I think I have Yahtzee. I think I have the Yahtzee as a gift.
I do too.
I wasn't a huge fan of Dalek Dice. It's interesting, it's okay, but it was. I've not even played with the story cubes.
Oh wow, jeez.
These are really hard to find. The Doctor Who version, Rory's story cubes are very easy to find in any gaming store, and I think even a lot of like Walmart, Target type places. But trying to find the Doctor Who ones are a little bit more challenging. It's just I'm not a big storytelling game, and that's explicitly what this is.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so let's bring the team back. And I apologize earlier, but when she's got to go, she's got to go. Unfortunately, Chrissy is not home. She's out with the girls. And she just texted me, I'm drinking, and showed me this big margarita thing. I'm just like, oh, you're out for the night, aren't you? So she went, and I took care of her. So I'm babysitting Summer for tonight, who's our dog. Oh, there we go.
it's ginger beer. It's nothing. It's
okay.
It's water with the remnants of some Beachbody Energize.
Let me see if I can find you what she
Alcohol. Just kidding.
I gotta drive.
That's what she texted me.
That's what she said.
So she's having a great night with the girls tonight. She needed a break. So anyway, just a few things to let you know. We are not having an episode next week. It's Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is.
Chrissy made sure that I did not do an episode next week. So there you go. Oops. Because we're going to be doing something that night out there. So thank you, everybody.
There might be a pre-recorded episode.
There might be a
pre-recorded. I make no promises whatsoever. But yeah, you might see me next week. We'll find out.
Okay. If that's the case, Dave has something. Romulan ale. Yeah. The best. Florida style. And if Dave doesn't have an episode, we will definitely have a pre-recorded episode that will be showing again. And we, of course, go to our YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. right now. Just go ahead, go to youtube.com/The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We're closing in on 3,000. We want to thank all of you for helping out. We've just celebrated our second year, which took place January 28th. We've been in the second year for YouTube, but this year, as far as a podcast is concerned, we are going to be in our 5th year, and we started the day before Jodie Whittaker took the role of the Doctor. We started the Saturday before, which was our predictions about Jodie Whittaker out there. Again, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, whether you're doing it now or later, please. And as you can see, we'll take super chats because the Candyman thinks I need a new computer for our game. So definitely, if you want to help out the team, stats again. Yep, exactly, Candyman. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much over there. We're on TikTok. If you want to hit us up over there, the Traveling TARDIS. If you want to play that game, and I'll catch you up online, just look for me, the Traveling TARDIS, Doctor Who-worldsapart.com/r/4276. Also, don't forget our Facebook page.com, 66,000 subscribers, and it's still climbing again. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, we're going to hit 70,000. That would be so awesome if we did out there.
List the Twitch page.
I wonder if any of our viewers that are still watching.
I just watched out some the Twitch banner at the bottom there.
Oh, okay. You want me to hit that up?
Yeah, we can. I just put it on the
okay, you switch it out over there and on the bottom.
So you could, because we are going to try and play Worlds Apart a little bit more often and hopefully a little bit more regularly. Right now, you've got myself at the Rat Hole DOTCA, Mackenzie Floor at Mackenzie Floor, and Traveling TARDIS on Twitch at Traveling TARDIS. So you can follow any of us there. For those, if we have, Mackenzie has made affiliate on Twitch.
Yes.
Yay! Bravo. But that means that she cannot co-broadcast to other platforms.
We're trying to make, we're going to try to provide you more content by making a spin-off for the Traveling TARDIS Worlds Apart, so that we will be playing a game Saturdays. So it really is going to be a hit or miss on this one, but we are going to try to play more games so you guys can understand how this game works. And I actually heard a rumor about things where we might be playing with more cards. There's supposed to be an announcement.
Do you think the announcement's going to be tomorrow?
I'm hoping. Yep, there will be a big announcement tomorrow on their YouTube channel. And I believe it's on their Discord. But keep track of Doctor Who Worlds Apart, because they said there's going to be an addition to more cards, and possibly the ones that you may have obtained might be playable very shortly out there. So again, we will not be having an episode. Either Dave is going to have a pre-recorded episode, or I will have a pre-recorded episode, but we'll have something out there. Dave, right at the top out there. Don't forget to check out the hashtag guru himself, Tom Kosak, on his raves, and rants. You put out stuff daily, right?
If I can. It's the fact that I'm on Wi-Fi. It took 3 hours to download a half-hour video, so it's what I can. You know, I gotta get out there, I gotta express myself, and someone wants me to talk about anything, no big deal. Let's talk about whatever. Then when I do my talk show, one-on-one, Dave, Melanie, Christian, you're on the list.
Dave Melanie at Pieces of Melee. You can check her out on Instagram, and she puts on live chats, a live feed, I should say, with whatever project you and your friend are working on at that time. So please go onto the Instagram.
I do a lot of Instagram Live. I do a lot more stories there. I'm very much more of an Instagram kind of person, so because I'm doing a lot of cosplay. I'm working on a lot of cosplay things. So I'm
holding my name tag there because they added that portion where you can add more on the name tag over there. And don't forget to check out therathole.ca, linktree/therathole.ca for more gaming information. Dave's YouTube channel, he puts out content as well. And I think that is it. So, folks, thank you for joining us next week. No episode. Happy Valentine's Day. But please continue to log on and tune in and become part of the legend. So, as always, Tony, take us out.